Welcome to the 30 Green Radio program. Before anything was done on the Energy Savings Makeover, Ryan Hatch from Direct Energy completed a home energy audit. Ryan, tell us what you found at the Jones family home.
It was leaking. Their house, the air from the outside was leaking in, and the air conditioning was leaking out, and the insulation level wasn't that high, and on the knee walls, the walls between the attic and the house, the insulation has fallen down. So it was a lot of typical things that you'll find in the Houston area.
How do you go about determining how energy inefficient a house is?
Well, what we typically do is we start out is we take all the measurements of a home, because what we're doing is we're rebuilding a home using software. So we look at the dimensions, the floor area, and then we run a couple of tests. One is called a duct blaster test and a blower door test, and probably not a lot of people haven't heard about these tests, but what they do is they're measuring how much air is escaping the home. And then what it also measures is the duct system, how much air is leaking outside the house. And what we do is we look at the insulation levels, the appliances, the lighting, the water heating, and we take all this information and we do some modeling and some software, and it calculates what that energy consumption is of that home.
And you were able to confirm that, yes, in fact, this is an energy hog.
Oh, it is definitely an energy hog. And if their home was built today, to today's standards, it would score pretty much 100 on a HERS index. But this house scored 195, which meant that it uses 95% more energy than if that house was built today.
What's the highest on the scale?
This is one of the highest I have ever seen, is the 195. A typical home would be around 130 to 140, I find, in Houston.
And our goal was to cut the energy bill by 50%. Did you see an opportunity in the audit that you did where we can actually accomplish that?
Yes, definitely. Mainly it was just looking at the insulation, the attic. There was a big impact of adding insulation up in the attic, fixing the holes in the wall. Definitely the upgrading the HVAC system had a substantial amount of savings for this home. If you look at the report that we did, it's really everything combined together that brought it down. It was a whole effort. The new double pane windows by Symington had a big impact, and we're able to, and Gary talked about this last week, is that they didn't have to add another HVAC system in there, another air conditioning, because the home was undersized. So there was just a lot of opportunity, and it was just incredible of all the different measures that were implemented in the home. One of those things I always tell people, the report is good news and bad news. The good news is you know what you need to do now. The bad news is you know what you need to do, and now you have no excuses. You can't complain why your energy bill is so high. Definitely you want to receive that, because that's information that you need to have to understand what you need to do to reduce your energy bills.